Hello, folks. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
And I'm James.
How are you doing, James, good sir?
I caused our first mulligan.
Garth Brooks. As we go a little something like, little something like this.
It's all about the good, bad, love, hate.
Normally, it's you that messes
It's
up.
always me.
This is our second attempt at today's, and I messed it up.
I'm kind of excited because now I can find a way to maybe throw that in at the end or something like that. Little goofer, little griffins, goofers, little gaff and whatnot.
So because I don't know how podcasting works, I just grabbed my microphone and moved it while we're in the middle of recording.
Exactly, no big deal.
So,
Levels aren't important for audio quality at the least bit, but it's all good. We were just actually discussing the fact that you were going to make us dinner after this, and I'm very excited.
I smoked some pork belly. It's the cut of pig that they make bacon from.
Yes.
It's real fatty. There's like a nice strip of fat down the middle. I smoked it at my parents' house with some apple wood, and then I made some smoked deviled eggs. I had Kyle try those, and I'm using the leftover pork belly to make some tacos after this.
Which
it's heating
is
up
wonderful.
in the oven right now.
Those smoked deviled eggs are probably one of my favorite deviled eggs right now. The flavor itself is amazing, and this is going to turn into the deviled egg podcast.
Yeah, well,
real
you
quick.
know you're here for your cooking knowledge, so here's what you do.
Exactly.
You just boil the eggs, hard boil them like normal. People have different methods trying to avoid that sulfuring. I don't really have a good one there. I just boiled them put them in the cold water to start, brought them up to boil for 11 minutes, and then cold water to do it. And by me, I mean my mom did it this time. So once you do that, you peel them. And then so if you got to do it high heat smoke, or I did it more lower, it was higher in the smoker.
Yeah.
So the high heat, you actually put a tray full of ice, aluminum foil over top of that.
Okay.
The already boiled peeled eggs go on that. And this is for a temperature more like 225. That's only like 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
So I did it higher up in the smoker, so it was a little colder, and I added in there closer to like 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know if you were supposed to do this, but when I lifted it up to check it, you don't want to do that, like you lose heat. Half of the eggs were brown and half of them were still white, so we just flipped them over for another 20 minutes.
And they taste. I had one of each of those, and they tasted delicious. And
you pull them out, make normal deviled eggs after
exactly.
that.
So thank you to James's mom for providing me with delightful deviled eggs. I do appreciate it. We are going to do a new segment. We are very excited. Turns out, guys, that this podcast, believe it or not, is quite successful in some capacity. So much, in fact, that we have been getting fan mail. And quite a lot of it. So I thought it'd be a nice thing to read some of the fan mail. And oftentimes, they're not really addressed to us as a podcast. They're more addressed to either James or myself.
I mean, we're really personalities here.
Yes.
People are here for the personalities.
Yeah,
like,
we're
you
visionaries.
can learn random stuff about the things we talk about anywhere else, probably a little more in depth. But
Exactly.
you're here because you want to hear it
You're
from
here because
us.
you want to hear all these great lines and great sayings. You want to hear me screw up the audio. You want to hear James be smart. And that tends to attract a certain kind of person. So we're going to do some fan mail just real quick. We're going to try this out. I feel like it's really we want to say thank you to all of our fans for sending us emails and whatnot, which, by the way, you can send us an email at thepluckingpetalspodcast@gmail.com. So, James, should I read your fan mail?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This subject line was divorce and Florida vacation. It was submitted by one of our fans named Karen.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
Hey, James. My name is Karen, and I kind of think that the missus is got something up her sleeve. You just moved in, and now she's filing to move out? Seems to me she was waiting for the right fight. She sure jumped into moving out without trying to patch things up. Anyway, I lost my sister on 11/18/2015. My husband passed on 4/5/2016, brain aneurysm. My dog had prostate cancer, and had to be put down 2 weeks ago. By the way, both the words "two" are actually just the number two.
Oh,
which is
great.
important. ... I'm not asking for anything, but if you would like to come to Florida and hang out, let me know, and you could stay here with me, and we will have a good time.
Oh wow.
There's
Okay.
more. Don't worry. There's more.
All right.
I own my house. You probably think I'm crazy. Nothing like that, and I'm not a stalker. If not, I understand, but I wish you the best and hope things work out for you and Elise. It was just a friendly thought. Thank you to one of your many fans.
Oh, Karen. Oh, Karen, that was really sweet. And
how does that make you feel?
I appreciate the unbridled enthusiasm.
Yeah.
You might have some of your information about my life wrong. Maybe you're listening
well, she's
to
not
an old
that good of a
episode or
stalker.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, I really appreciate the invite. I don't really like warm climates that much.
Okay.
I probably will not take you up on your offer to go to Florida and be murdered. But
that's a shame.
I really appreciate. I love hearing from the community.
Yeah.
It's
important.
Me personally, I love hearing from the community. So thank you for that. Kyle, you have a piece of mail as well.
I am very excited.
Yeah.
I like hearing about myself, so.
So this was submitted by Taylor Allison.
Okay, Taylor Allison.
Hi, Kai. My name is Hammond, but you can... I don't know why it says submitted by Taylor, but it says this. My name is Hammond, but you can call me what you like.
Oh.
I just want to tell you that I like you very much.
Aw.
I always wanted to meet you. I see dreams about you. I read that right. I see dreams about you. I don't want to be your fan. I want to be your friend.
Okay.
I want to spend time with you, and if you spend some time with me, then you might like me. I will eagerly be waiting for you to reply. You can find me on Facebook. That's it.
I don't. Okay, fair enough. Well, thank you, Taylor or Hammond.
Yeah.
Was it?
Hamim is what they said, but it said submitted by.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
So already off the bat, I feel afraid of this person because there's two different names. There's a submit name and an actual name in the entire fan mail, which I do appreciate. And I would like more friends because friends often come with food, and I like food. But maybe we should meet in a public place sometime. Probably somewhere where other people are around just in case something may happen where you want me to be your friend forever and you lock me in a basement. So I really appreciate it. Stay cool.
Yeah.
Work on new catchphrases. Minor stroke. It's fine. Anyway, so that was some of our fan mail. I feel like we're going to be doing this every week because we just get an outpouring reply.
Yeah, it's starting to really pick up. So
it's
thank you for
amazing.
telling your friends. If you could keep telling your friends to get more and more. But yeah, we're definitely getting there.
And once again, me personally, I love all the fan mail. It's so much fun. Once again, you can email us at thepluckingpetalspodcast@gmail.com, or you can find, me on Twitter and our Twitter at plucking_petals, all that jazz. James, let's talk about your problem for the episode.
So my problem is, well, I don't know, maybe Congress, but I'm going to go with selling our personal information.
Okay.
So on sometime last week, Congress, now the Senate only, passed this, revoked, let me look at the name real quick.
Okay.
Protecting the privacy of customers of broadband and other telecommunications services.
Okay.
So what this did is it stopped your internet service provider from selling your information, your search history, everything you do online to whoever's willing to pay for it.
This is true.
So right now, what the Senate just passed, it's not law yet because it needs to go through the House and then signed by the DJ Trump.
Yeah.
It is that you can just, anyone, if you can get the money together, you can just buy people's information.
Which is it's in a way, it's good and bad.
Oh, it's bad only.
It's
I don't know
mostly
what you're
bad.
talking about.
Well, I mean, it's good in a way that, when I look at my side Facebook feed and all the ads say for things that I want to buy, it always shows up ads that way. But it's mostly bad. That was more of a joke,
also,
if anything.
if anyone can scrounge up the money, they can do it. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be like an advertising firm. It's
And they will know
dude, I'm
everything.
super into Jessica across the street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Kickstarter my thing and buy her internet history so I know everything about her.
Exactly.
This is creepy. So England just passed a similar law.
Okay.
And something like this will probably show up in ours. Their governing body, the people passing the bill, exempted themselves.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I bet you'll see that if you're a member of Congress, you're exempt from this.
Yeah.
But everyone else, it's so dystopian.
This is like the internet purge. The first two Purge movies, they you weren't allowed to kill anyone in a higher up authority kind of government kind of thing. This reminds me of that, but on the internet. I am very afraid of this. I already use a VPN, which for those who don't know is a virtual private network.
And I don't, but I probably
we're gonna have to start going
Yeah.
through some VPN stuff. So what a VPN does is use a different IP address. I'm gonna screw this up, but this is how I think it works.
Sorry.
Nice. I think you get a different IP address and a different you get a different IP address in a different country, and everything kind of funnels through there. So all of a sudden, I'm using my VPN, and technically, I'm in Russia, and I use quotation marks in the air, knowing that only James could see me. And that kind of helps with making sure that your history is private. You know, I feel...
It also, yeah, that's a very good part of it. But if you're in one of those, I want to watch a piece of media, but it's region locked.
Yeah,
you can set up a VPN to
which is important
watch
too.
that
Yeah,
media.
with
Yeah.
some stuff that's only in America or only overseas and whatnot. It's hard to get all the content that you want, so that's always good. But I feel like people will come back being like, well, if you don't have anything to hide, why are you being... I hate that argument.
That argument is so terrible.
Yeah.
You're so stupid if you're just willing to give that stuff away.
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, you can just hold things over people even if it's not illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Like personal information, I can intercept your email. One time you got cross with someone that maybe you shouldn't have. And,
Yeah.
oh, like guess what? Well, you're giving whatever now, or I'm letting your boss see what you said about him. That kind of stuff. It
Exactly.
holds these people this power, and so much. That's like the tip of the iceberg. It just gets so much worse.
Yeah.
Our privacy is already so thrown. There's these what are they called? Like the Google one and the Amazon one. You put this microphone in your house. You'll be
Okay.
like, hey, what noise does a whale make? Do you know what I'm talking about? Those things. The Echo and
Alexa.
Yeah. Why? First of all, these things advertise to you. So you have this thing that listens to what you're saying all day and targets ads at you.
Yeah.
This is so stupid. This
It's
is
so
like,
dumb.
I mean, there's a lot better dystopian fantasy, but this is the most prolific one. This is how the Hunger Games get started.
Exactly.
Like we are on our way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely insane. So on top of that, Facebook, everything is sold,
Mm-hmm.
and then your Google history. You know, if I search for I don't know, Alcoholics Anonymous or something
Yeah.
like that. Okay, so if this law passes, my insurance company could look and be like, hey, we saw that you Googled Alcohol Anonymous. Your health insurance premiums are going up because we think you have a drinking problem.
Yeah.
Like, how do anyone not see this as a problem?
No, they only see it in the kind of as the way of being, well, if you don't have anything to hide, why don't you let them have it? Like for my insurance company, like I've been Googling how to fight a raptor. Like my insurance company can't know I'm Googling dumb stuff.
This guy found living dinosaurs and is trying to combat them.
Yeah.
His policy needs to be his
it's gonna
premium needs
lapse.
to go way up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not good. They're gonna find a way to up prices for everything because they're gonna find all this data and they're gonna be like, well, so many people are paying for this certain brand, let's bump it up 30, 40, 50%. And maybe that's probably a little too much, but they can bump up prices because they can see how supply and demand is working in a back end sense. Because I mean, as a company, you already know what you're selling, what you're not selling, but the more information the companies have is not going to be beneficial to us.
And this is it's already too much of our privacy is being taken over.
Yeah.
So when I used to work at the Cleveland Clinic, I was nothing affiliated. I was not logged into my home email address or anything. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure what I connected and made this. I was looking up nickel columns. So
Okay.
if you see the DNA cat over and over again,
Yeah.
it makes this protein called histidine that binds to nickel.
Ooh.
So I was looking for nickel columns. If you want to capture a protein, you just have your sequence for that protein, then a bunch of cats after it, and you can grab
Okay.
it. And regardless, I was looking for those at work. On my
Okay.
work computer, not logged in anything personal. I was at home, and I got a banner ad for a nickel column.
Nope.
And then this is the other one that pisses me off. Facebook goes through your phone.
Yes.
If you have Facebook on your phone, it's checking your contacts, it's checking everything. So when I started working at my last job, I got a phone number of someone else that worked there.
Yeah.
He had his phone number on his Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
I used Facebook on my phone. So we had no friends in common.
Yeah.
I never said I was working there yet on my Facebook, and I wasn't friends with anyone else that was working there yet. And it suggested I be his friend because it looked into my contacts. Say I saved this guy's number. It was like, hey, you know this guy.
Exactly.
This is absolutely absurd. Mm-hmm. And the fact that people are okay with it getting worse and worse is absolutely insane to me.
Like, we're already a couple steps into the water at this point.
Yeah.
Just with the Facebook thing.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Even my contact list is filled with people that I'm friends with on Facebook, and I just don't care. and now I have their contact information because they put it out there. So also a lot of this problem has to deal with us. To a certain extent,
Yeah.
it has to deal with.
I mean,
our
I just thought of
ability.
this. I have this phone right here. Let's see if this still works. Okay, Google. Search by voice on any screen. This means that my phone has its microphone active at all points in time. I didn't even really think of this until this moment.
Yeah.
The fact that I could pull up a search by just saying "Okay, Google"
Yeah.
means it's always fucking listening.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's scary. Does Black Mirror do something like this? I feel like there's a Black Mirror episode that is just...
I've only seen the first season of that show.
Okay.
I've heard it's very good. I mean to watch it.
It's very
but,
good.
yeah.
I like it. I think it's a really good interpretation of how technology can rule us and also destroy us at the same time.
I mean, yeah.
And it's very scary.
There are great benefits to it. Like, don't get me wrong. I love
Yeah.
having a smartphone, but it's not worth this.
Yeah, if you really think about it, I know we don't really talk of him anymore, but Maddox did a video of like how to see if your information is being sold or whatever. And for those who don't know, Maddox is let's say a satiricalist.
So it wasn't if your
internet.
information was being sold. It's if the CIA hacks could get you. Is this the video you're thinking of?
Yeah. If the CIA, yeah.
So it was basically like if you live in one of these areas and he just circled the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's like, if you have a phone after 2001.
I think it was 8.
Was it 8?
It's when they started being smartphones. I
Gotcha.
think.
Yeah, whenever they converted to smartphones, you're like, they have your information. Or, if you're on Facebook, like, everyone has your information. So going off the grid nowadays is almost near impossible. I feel like it's going to get to a point, if this continues, that going off the grid might be our only choice. I don't like that because I like being connected to everything.
Yeah, I mean, so like I'm one of those people that it nags at me if I don't know, and that's why I love smartphones and stuff, because it's like rather than like let's sit here 15 minutes and be like, well, who was in that thing, or even more practical stuff for work, like informations on how things react, what kind of whatever. I love having the answer at my hands. Oh, we don't have to sit here and speculate. Let's see what people have done.
Yeah.
So that is great, but it's
But at what cost, at what price are we paying? And like, who knows what they could be doing with with our insurance information? Like, I don't know. I'm worried about one day like having some company knock on my door because they bought my information and they're trying to sell me something, or they're trying to arrest me.
I can't remember if I've mentioned this program on the podcast before. Adam Ruins Everything. It's a show I really
like it. I like that show.
I actually, when I was doing a little bit of research for this one, I didn't even think about this, but I watched an episode for Adam Ruins Everything where he talks about how Facebook sells all our information, and so does Google.
Yeah.
And it's the worst where like, all right, so if Facebook targets an ad at me to go buy a Big Buford, and then I have a status that's like, oh man, I just had a Big Buford, it was great.
Yeah.
They know that advertising works, and they freaking double down on it. And
Yeah.
they keep hitting you and hitting you and hitting you. But I think, so this is not as reliable as I like to say things, but in that episode, they mentioned that all our information is only worth to these advertising companies
Okay.
$12. So we're giving away all of our shit just for them to make $12.
Why $12?
I don't know. I guess it's just what we're worth.
That's a weird amount. I was trying to think Amazon does that too. When I buy something on Amazon, it's like, tell your friends you bought this acne medication.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to tell my friends that. I buy a lot of dumb shit on Amazon. Yeah. I can see my history. I don't need anyone else to see this.
It is really scary.
Yeah.
How accurate their targeted advertising is.
It's
so we were talking about that food. Well, the reason I bought the book on smoking that I have that gave me these recipes, it was targeted advertising for me. Now, I'm not really much of an impulse buyer, so when I saw the book, I read all the reviews of it. I'm like, oh, this seems like but the fact that it knew.
But you're also getting into that. So it's like you knew that was your next logical step. I don't
even know, like, I know Amazon purchase had indicated that I was into that. Maybe because I bought some brewers books.
Yeah.
Like, they're always related. That's how it knew. But,
yeah.
I mean,
they're really good at that too, by the way. Amazon, whatever algorithm Amazon has, the government should buy that one, because that's like they target ads so well, and I always buy whatever they tell.
Okay, I mean, I'm not super against targeted advertising in principle, but Amazon in that case was using my Amazon purchase history itself, like nothing else. So it's like, you bought this on Amazon, we think you might also like this on Amazon.
Yeah,
I get that is okay.
Yeah, which is really nice.
I mean, we start doing that. Well, you said in an email that like, oh God, I don't know what to get, whatever, and so we targeted a bunch of jewelry ads for you. Like,
Yeah.
that's a step too far. Don't read my goddamn email. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. And then, like, you'll even further than that. It's like the health insurance premium thing is a scary one. Or, like, let's say I'm applying for a job, and so, let's buy this guy's internet history and see what he's up to.
Yeah,
or
let's
like,
see if we can
hey,
try to shake him for some extra cash.
God, we noticed that you were Googling, DUI, how to legally combat one. Well, maybe
Yeah.
I was doing that for a friend. Like, oh, shit, my buddy, whatever, got a DUI. Let's see what I can do to help him.
Yeah.
But they don't know that. It's like, well, we don't hire this guy because he got a DUI.
Exactly. Or he's thinking about it, or he's
Yeah.
going through a couple things. Like, there's good ways, and I feel like Amazon does a good way of doing that, because especially when it comes to like my video equipment that I use, it often will recommend things that go along with my equipment that I go, okay, maybe I can't buy that right now, but it's gonna help me in the long run, so I'll just save that for later, and they still have a repeat customer. But yeah, like this whole like widespread issue is gonna be a problem.
Because with the Amazon one, I think there's a little bit of mutual benefit there. It's
This
like
is
you
true.
need to buy things, or you make your life a little better. We want to sell things; it makes us money. So
Yeah.
here are the things we think that you would enjoy buying or would work for you.
Yeah.
But any step further than that, it kind of loses.
It's too invasive.
Yeah.
It's such a problem.
There's no mutual. There's nothing for me in it anymore. It's
No.
I am just like meat to you.
Yeah,
Like,
you're just meat with money.
Yeah.
Which is a huge problem. So I think in conclusion, we should be using VPNs from now on. So
I actually probably not tonight because I'm a little tired, but tomorrow I'm gonna look into setting
yeah.
up a VPN.
So Mom, I know you listen to this podcast. Let's talk VPNs this week. Probably going to be an ideal.
And Mom, I heard you
ideal
just
situation.
upgraded your internet speed at home, so let's get one of those going. Yeah.
Ooh, our friend James of the pod recently upgraded his internet to 300 down from Cox Cable for $80. That's amazing.
I know I have one step up. I'm saving to do that until they try to kick my rate up because I'm off my 1-year introducer.
Gotcha.
Remember how I brought in Cox? Is that one problem?
Yep. Yeah. And they're just like, here, you can have internet again.
I hate
Yeah. We don't pay. We pay a decent amount for dumb internet, and I want that 300 down so bad.
I think I have the 150 down, and it's like 65 or 69. I can't remember.
That's
right
what
now.
I pay for 60 down.
Yeah.
And that's a whole. Ugh. Anyways.
yeah. The internet's reliable, but the company sucks.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly. All right, so we are moving on to our amazing WikiHow segment. I say it's amazing only because that the 12-year-olds that write these questions are amazing, and I hope their parents put an internet lock on their computer soon.
What's the name of, like, you take a slice of something and use it to kind of get a picture of the whole? Like, it's what they use for...
The bigger picture?
No.
Slice of life?
No.
Slice of that za?
So, like, that's how we knew, like, what carbon emissions were 100,000 years ago, because you have it, like, frozen in the ice, and you take the cross-section? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Well, cross-section is where you take maybe say, like, a burger, and you cut it in half, and you open it up. That's the cross-section. When you see all the pieces.
Yeah, so you're using that. Maybe that's the word I was looking for.
I like cross-section.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm watching a lot of cooking stuff
It's
again.
such an interesting cross-section to the view of these people's lives that are so different than my own.
Exactly.
That's probably not what I was looking for.
I
Anyways.
mean, they're 12. It's
Yeah.
fine. What are you going to do? So this WikiHow article I picked up for this episode was how to lie in 14 steps. So we're going to go right down to the Q&A. And we are apparently it moved on me. All right, James, our first question of the evening is, how do I play dumb?
Just don't.
Just act like you don't
Talk.
know. I don't know. That seems so easy, kid. I don't get it.
You could pretty much just do it with just the word "oh," like, huh?
Oh, I had no idea. Or
Dude,
one of
just,
my
I got it. Just do your best Tim Allen impression.
was that the Shaggy Dog movie?
I don't know.
Or was that Jungle to Jungle? Do you ever see Jungle to Jungle?
I've seen Jungle to Jungle.
love
I don't
that
know what the
movie.
Shaggy
That
Dog
movie's
movie
great.
is. Yeah.
Shaggy, he like goes into, it's like Kevin Spacey's 9 Lives that just came out, where Kevin Spacey goes into a cat. But this one is
What?
you don't know about this film?
I've never heard about this film.
Oh, we may have to do like I kind of want to do a subset of this podcast where I just introduce you to like movies, but like you're drunk, so because it's the only way you're gonna survive these.
This
This came out last year.
I don't know when this happened. I see maybe 3 movies a year now.
Yeah.
I don't know what I am so out of touch with this.
Why? Do you think it's just because you do a lot of YouTube content? We talk a lot of YouTube.
So I do it's not like I'm not watching content. I do series, like I've mentioned. I mean, I'm not at a quick rate, but I'm watching the original Star Trek. I'm a little more than halfway through that. I just fell off of movies, man.
We saw the Belko Experiment.
I've never even heard of that.
It's kind of cool. It's on the poster. It literally says Office Space meets Battle Royale.
Okay, I've seen both of those movies.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I like them.
So you did you like them?
I did.
Okay. This is the guy who made Guardians of the Galaxy wrote this film. It's kind of like how.
That's honestly probably the last Marvel movie I saw that I liked.
It's good. I mean, it's amazing. The new one's coming out in a couple months, so I'm very excited. But the idea is that this company works in Colombia, and they have a bunch of workers, and then when they're working, all of a sudden, all of the doors and windows lock up. Like there's like reinforced steel or whatever, and they can't get out. And there's the PA system. And they go, hey, listen, if you kill two of your employees, I don't care how you do it. You can go free. That's all we want is just you just kill 2 employees. Obviously because of how plot works, they don't do it. So they go, okay, so now they do some stuff and they go, okay, so you have 2 hours to kill 30 employees. There's 80 total in the whole facility. And they go, if you don't do that, we'll kill an extra 30. So whatever you got to do, just go. So that's the movie. And it's good. I mean, it's good in a sense that it's very entertaining. It's not like a super great film, but it's interesting kind of like character study.
It is an interesting concept, and to see how like people would behave in those situations.
And I feel like they do a pretty good job. It's very much a metaphor of like upper and lower management and pay scales and stuff like that. And it's also an hour and 30 minutes, which I feel like is a great time for a film without it being too long. You don't need a 2.5 hour film all the time. Hour and a half, we were out the theater. It was great. I know
we are so off topic, but that made me kind of think of maybe that's my problem with movies.
It's like the longness.
I either get into it and want more, so I want a series like Game of Thrones, or I don't, and like hour and a half to 2 hours feels like a nightmare to me.
Exactly.
So
I understand. We started watching last night. I started watching The Great British Bake Off.
Oh yeah.
Have
my
you seen
girlfriend
this?
got me into it. I've seen most of it.
Oh my god.
So what I like about it more than American cooking shows is everyone is so nice.
Okay, everyone is so nice, and my favorite. I've only watched 1 episode, so I'm gonna after tonight. I'm going to Ashley's, and we're gonna be watching more because I'm so intrigued. My favorite is the fact that when they're judging, they have like no music, and it's like these long pauses, and they like stare at people and stuff, and it's so awkward, and people just cry. People cry all the time in this show. It's amazing.
So we like this for different reasons, very clearly.
Yeah.
So things I don't like about television are like catty drama between human beings.
Yeah.
That feeling of awkwardness. Mm-hmm. So I know the British Office is supposed to be way superior to the American, but I couldn't stand the British Office because I don't like awkward.
Okay, yeah, that's very cringe.
Yeah,
cringe
I don't
humor.
like that cringe feeling.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So what I like about there is what you just mentioned, but it almost feels wholesome as opposed to like
it feels good,
like the real world MTV stuff.
Yeah.
I'm showing my age, but it's like it was so cringy, but there was like nothing positive to it. Like this is like, all right, there are hardships in life that people cry, but it's like, hey, you still did a really good job getting here. Like I know you didn't make it to the next round, but like everyone shows up for the last episode.
Oh, do
like,
they? Once again, I've only seen 1 episode of this show.
But so in the finale, they go down to 3. They don't do 2. The finale is 3 people.
Interesting.
But they have everyone that got cut show up again, and they celebrate with them. Like,
that reminds me of Survivor. I think Survivor does that.
I haven't seen Survivor.
But yeah, no, I like the show. I like it because of the editing reasons and whatnot. But yeah, everyone's very positive, and like they're very congratulatory of the other people. They're very happy when someone does well, and it throws me off because I'm so used to like watching Chopped and Comfort Kitchen,
where you're like,
where they literally are gonna stab people.
Yeah,
like it's real weird.
I get that it's Cutthroat Kitchen's gimmick.
Yeah.
So in that show, all right, I don't mind it because it's like we're up playing this for this sake. But in Chopped, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, like that one's a little.
You're trying to make a meal out of a big gummy snake. Okay, you won. That doesn't prove you're better than the other guy.
Exactly. Like okay, we only had to use pistachios. Like leave me alone. But yeah, it's very interesting to see how British television and American television are with cooking shows and whatnot. Like even like the hosts and the judges like walk around and they're super supportive the whole time. And I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like uncomfortable, but I'm like intrigued because like everyone's very happy. And also,
oh yeah, I saw like I mean, not to spoil, but like a woman's custard didn't set or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she was freaking out, and instead of it like being in the American like Chopped or whatever, like they make a huge deal
they're like,
out
go
of it.
fuck yourself.
The
And they,
host
like,
of the
shoot
show
her
was
with a
like,
gun.
patting her on the back. It's like, it's
Yeah.
okay, it's okay, it's just a custard, and you still got this, you still got time, and if it tastes good, like
Exactly.
Yeah.
I watched one yesterday where they had to make like a tower or whatever, and the woman's tower fell right at the end, and one of the hosts or whatever kind of like
Wait,
stood
so are
there.
you jumping in toward the end?
I don't know. I think I'm a couple episodes in.
Yeah. That's
Ashley just played one, so she said
But
I'm
I
a
think
couple
that's
episodes
like
in.
so everyone made towers of macaron or what the
Cookies, biscuits. They
the
call them biscuits.
long ones.
No, I didn't see that one
I
yet.
don't
They did one with the tower, and the woman, her tower fell, and then it was so adorable because the host, like, she doesn't judge or anything. She's just one of the hosts. She like walked over and like patted her on the back, told her everything was gonna be okay, and then like try to help her hold it up, and then just like did this joke where she was gonna stay there until it was time to judge because she was just gonna hold it up the whole time.
Yeah.
It's adorable. And also like they don't really play for money to my knowledge.
I don't actually think so. I think
They
it really
just play
is just
more for
you
pride.
won the British Baking Show.
Yeah, that's super cool. And because they're also like not like I work at a bakery, like they're just home bakers. So it seems like when it comes to the judging, I feel like it hurts more because they really don't. They're more like hobbyists. So I feel like it's so interesting. Anyways, back to our wiki.
I
segment.
just remembered that like we're on the wiki
We're
house
with the-
segment.
Next question. What if the person has found evidence? Kill the person.
Kill them.
They
just fucking
they're
own
done.
this shit.
Yeah. Nope, not worth it. Not worth it. Here's the next question. If I need to, how do I force tears? What's a good trick, James?
I don't know, man. I don't know how to make myself cry. I'm not even really a good crier. Like
I'm an ugly crier, to be quite honest. I get emotional about dumb stuff all the time. I think a really good way, they use this for a polygraph test as well, is that you put a tack in your shoe, and when you want to like get the answer that you want, you push your big toe down on the tack, so it hurts and you get pain, and because of that, it screws up the polygraph test. So that's a good way.
Can we go on another tangent?
Yeah.
Polygraphs are pseudoscience.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cops know they don't work, but
Yeah.
they love keeping the fiction alive in TV shows. 'Cause
Yeah.
they can get
They're like
people to
Law and
confess.
Order uses it, so it's super cool. Ice-T loves it.
So my favorite study is that just for the fuck of it, they hooked a polygraph up to a potted house plant, and it said it was lying.
Please, after this podcast, is this a video or is this just a statement?
This is actually something I learned from Adam Ruins Everything as well.
I
but-
need to see.
Yeah, they
I
have
need to
one-
read about this.
Yeah, about criminal justice, and they're
Oh
basically
my God,
like
that's amazing.
so we're way off the rails still.
Yeah.
Polygraphs are bullshit, but so are fingerprints.
Are
There
they?
is no statistical evidence that your fingerprints are unique.
Really?
And actually, there's been a case where like a dude's fingerprints were at a scene in somewhere in Europe. He got convicted of a crime, and the person had never been to Europe. He just happened to have the same fingerprints as this other guy.
Okay, so we're not all that unique.
Well, I mean,
That hurts.
maybe we are, but who gives a shit about our fingerprints?
Yeah.
And then
Interesting.
yeah,
that's something I had no idea about.
And scientists
so.
have also found two snowflakes that are absolutely molecularly identical.
God damn
So-
it, scientists, ruining my life.
So, like, the only one that's science, the only criminal justice technique that we've used that science actually develops, like, hey, we can actually determine that this is this person, or at least cancel out if it's not,
Yeah.
is DNA evidence. So that's
Okay.
why, like, if we're like, hey, we was at the scene of the crime because of blah, 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 well, if it's not DNA, you don't really know.
Yeah, exactly. That's so weird. I had no idea. That's amazing. That's a good James fun fact of the day.
Goofer.
It's a goofer. Is there really a book on how to spot a liar? Is there really a book?
There are a lot of books written about
There
that.
are books about so many subjects, 12-year-old. Of course there is. Don't even
Can we go on another tangent?
Yeah, sure.
I got called into jury duty once.
Hell yeah.
And
Did you enjoy it? I've always
it
wanted
was-
to go to jury duty.
It was terrible
once.
because when I was at my point in time at work, I really needed to be there. It was just miserable.
Yeah.
So what happened was it was, I guess, 3 black ladies beat up another black lady is what I could gather.
Okay.
But there was no physical evidence, no DNA or whatever. And they said, would that be a problem? And I was kind of like, yeah. And they're like, well, do you think someone is more honest if they're a cop? And so when they came to me, they're like, well, I think all witness testimony is bullshit. Like, you can't actually tell if a person is lying. I mean, there are whole people like con men that like make their livings off of, coming off as being believable. And they kicked me off the jury.
Oh, that's amazing. That reminds me of Harry the Hat from Cheers, who always screws with Coach and gets some money. But also, I listened to a podcast called My Favorite Murder. I was listening to one today where they were talking about Ted Bundy, and there is a famous true crime writer. Her name is Ann Rule. Have you heard of Ann Rule at all?
I've never heard of that.
Okay, so Ann Rule is like one of the more like top-billed true crime writers, and she used to work at a suicide hotline.
Is she the lady that does the Letter is for Letter series?
I'm not sure.
K is for Killer.
I'm sure. I think so. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think my mom's going to yell at me a bunch because she has a bunch of Ann Rule novels right now. And she used to work at a suicide hotline with Ted Bundy. Do you know who Ted Bundy is?
Yeah, he's vaguely.
Okay.
He wasn't a serial killer, but he was in jail for something and convinced other people to murder people.
Oh, no. That's Charles Manson.
Okay, never mind.
Ted Bundy killed
he's the bomb. Is he the Oklahoma bomber?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, let me correct myself here. I have no idea who Ted Bundy is.
Let's just put it this way. Ted Bundy killed a shit ton of people. I'm trying to remember from this morning when I was listening to it with only 1 cup of coffee, but I think they said he was convicted of murdering 30 people, but they said they only convicted him on 30 people, and they said they could probably be up to about 100.
Holy shit.
But his thing was manipulation and being really good, and Ann Rule used to work with him and had no idea that he was a serial killer doing through this whole process, and they were working together. They thought they were really good friends. At one point, she quoted saying, if I had a daughter, I would totally set her up with Ted Bundy.
Oh my
because
God.
he was so good at playing this person and using this mask. I don't know where that tangent come from. Oh, probably
No, that was perfect. Yeah, it fit in with the line.
As I look down, why do I have to what do I do when I have to lie with a group of people? How do I tell a lie when I have been half caught? I need to know about half caught
mean?
Okay, so I'm just gonna read the answer because I don't know what half caught means. Since you're only half caught, you only need to tell half the truth. Okay, asshole. Okay, other 12-year-old, calm down. Fabricate it into what your intentions / you were, such as doing something entirely different. So you're gonna just straight goof them. You're gonna zig and zag on them. That's annoying. Oh, here's one that that we already talked about. How do I pass the lie detector test? Be a plant. Be a plant.
Just know that they're bullshit and don't give a fuck.
Exactly. How can I be more convincing? Be Ted Bundy. That's probably a good idea. Maybe do a lot of finger guns. Maybe dress appropriately. I don't know. How do you be more convincing as a person?
I don't know. I'm not a very good liar, and have you ever read The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime?
No, I don't even know what that is.
All right, so it's a book.
Did the dog levitate or something?
No, it's a guy who studied people with autism his whole life, wrote a fictional novel about like a guy with and so they're going from the autistic kid's point of view, and it's like, well, how do you lie? Like, because if you imagine one thing that doesn't exist, you have to imagine everything that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And like that makes me nervous that I'm a little bit on the spectrum, because that's why I have a hard time lying. Is like, then you have to imagine everything that's, I don't know.
I think it's more of an empathy thing that you have trouble lying. I can't lie worth the shit anymore. I'm not good at poker. I have to literally, when we're playing board games that I have to lie, and like when we play coup and whatnot, I literally just smile the whole time because I don't know what other thing to do.
The resistance one, the resistance. That one's really hard. So all you have to do, I'm not good at that, but I think I'm okay at poker because poker is a numbers game, and so you're not really bluffing. It's like
you just kind of
running playing the game, whereas like in resistance, you have to convince them that you're really not. That's hard.
I'm not good at that, so I just smile every single time in hopes that they just think that's just normal. Yeah. What if I screw up in a lie and get caught? How do I get out of it?
Kill them.
Yeah, I think murder is your best option. is covering up your bad deed with a less significant bad deed a good strategy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like I'm assuming what happened with this 12-year-old.
They'll never think you're lying because you're like, why would he be admitting to something that's bad?
Exactly. This 12-year-old wants to go to the Vans Warped Tour. I'm not even sure that's still a fucking thing. But he wants to go see.
Are the Dropkick Murphys still a thing?
Yeah, they are. I'm sure. Drunken Lullabies. I heard that a bunch on St. Patrick's Day.
Molly.
Oh, oof. What's the band that you said?
Dropkick Murphys. They're the going up to Boston from The Departed. We're not musicians on this.
I want you to just do a whole album of you covering Dropkick Murphys songs, but you've only heard them like twice. Because I guarantee you only heard that one Dropkick Murphys song, and then that's it.
I've seen The Departed twice.
Oh, okay, well then you've seen it twice. Oh my god. How do I stop myself from panicking every time I fabricate a lie? Okay. Drink? 12-year-old drink? I don't know.
Dude, just you gotta double down. Keep lying until you get good at it. How can you expect to be good at something if you don't do it all the time?
Exactly. This one's kind of this one not a combo, but these next two questions are similar. How do I lie to a teacher? You just lie. I don't
Is that
understand.
different than lying to anyone else?
I like the phrasing in this question. What if I'm just lying to my boyfriend?
No big deal.
What if I'm just lying to my boyfriend, guys? It's just my boyfriend.
It's not like you're lying to your husband. You're just lying to your boyfriend.
It's just a boyfriend. He didn't put a ring on it, so who cares?
He doesn't need to know about your husband. Just keep lying.
Oh, this one's really rough. What if I called someone fat and the person I said it to is going to tell them? Murder. Once again.
Yeah, just kill him.
And the last question of the evening is, how do I become a better liar?
Just do it all the time, man. Start lying about shit that doesn't even matter.
I like it.
So, I would say this for everything. How do I get better at drawing? Draw. How do I get better at writing? Read and write. How do I get better at lying? Lie.
Exactly. I like it. You guys gotta keep lying and keep lying. So I lied. There is one more question. I didn't click the button well. How do I stop myself from going red when lying?
Going red? Oh, you mean like blushing?
Yeah,
like
going
there's
red.
Maybe a word
so
for
first
this?
off, you're a communist, and that's the whole fucking problem.
So how do you stop yourself from becoming a dirty communist? Bald eagles.
Yeah, bald eagles. Maybe if you punch Vladimir Putin.
Oh man, good luck.
Have you seen the picture of him riding a horse without a shirt on?
Yeah, I knew.
That's like that. Yeah.
When you said, "Have you seen the picture?" You were done.
There's no other picture that I care. There's that picture. There's one other picture of him taking. Oh God! It was some kind of food from a child. He's like the child is sitting on the ground.
Seen that one.
I'd see if I can find it. It'll be next couple of days. I really gotta search for it. But it's like the first frame is him looking at this child that's holding an item, and the second frame is him holding the item. And it is amazing. It's my favorite. All right, so that is done with the WikiHow section.
Okay.
Let's talk about my problem for this episode, which is I want to say it's Loot Crate, because Loot Crate is the biggest problem with this.
Geek Crate, Loot Box.
Exactly. Nerd potato.
Crate,
I don't know what it's called. But there is a subscription service called Loot Crate. You know what it is, obviously. We talk about this once in a while. Loot Crate, for those who don't know, is a monthly subscription service where you pay money and they send you a box of knickknacks that they got from the dollar store that are nerd related. I have bought into this one time. There was a Walking Dead Loot Crate box. Every box has a theme, whether it be villains or heroes or Marvel or whatever. And they had a specific horror-themed Loot Crate. I love horror films, but they specifically said there's going to be an exclusive Walking Dead comic item. I'm very much a fan of the Walking Dead TV show, as well as the even more so the comics. So I was very excited.
And the Telltale games are pretty good too.
And the Telltale games are amazing. This episode is going to drop when the new episode of the Telltale game comes out. Very excited. It's going to be 6 months until we see the fourth goddamn episode, because Telltale that's my next problem. It's probably gonna be Telltale and their release schedule of things. But I bought the box and it had a bunch of garbage in it. But it had a Walking Dead comic that I already own. But it was like exclusive to Loot Crate.
Was it did it have a different cover or something?
It had a variant cover. It was issue number 100, which was a big deal.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened in that episode, but also it was 100 episodes.
Is that when Carl loses his eye?
No, that's I couldn't tell you, maybe 86, maybe. Okay. I'm just gonna guess. It's before that.
Spoilers.
Alert, yeah. Yeah, and it was I bought the one and I got a 10% off discount because I used the podcast discount code. And then I immediately, once I opened it, I walked to my computer. I didn't even open the rest of it. I just opened the box and I immediately went to my computer, sat down, and then canceled my subscription because it's garbage. It is so garbage. The idea that you go every month, you get a box of just knick-knack stuff. Like, it's like Target if Target was bad. I like Target. I think Target's fun. I can never walk into...
Did you just describe Walmart?
Yeah. It's basically Walmart. The Walmart of knickknacks. Where you go into, like... It's not even like dollar store items. Like, they buy them in such mass quantities that there's no way they're even worth $1. It's so bad. You get... For those who don't know, you get things like bobbleheads, you get pens, you get stickers. They had one subscription box. They had a Ghostbusters thing, which they hyped up to the max. They were like, "Oh my god, we get this exclusive Ghostbuster item." I will give you not 3 guesses. I'll give you 2 guesses as to what it is.
My original thought is that Slimer thing.
No, that would be fun.
Okay.
One more.
So second guess on what it is. It's probably shitty.
Think of like the shittiest thing that you could ever not want.
Dan Aykroyd's Psyche.
No. I'll give you one more if you really want to try.
No, I don't think I'm going
to. Okay. It was a... now I'm losing the train of thought because we've been drinking
a bottle of Crystal Skull vodka.
No, I've had that, though.
I've actually heard it's a decent vodka.
It's not bad. Yeah. It really... The Crystal... I know the Red Letter Media uses it all the time. It's actually not bad. I went to a party... a month ago, and someone had it. Like, they literally walked in, and I made friends with them immediately. Because I'm like, I have to try this Dan Aykroyd Crystal Skull Vodka immediately. I don't give a shit. I don't give how bad of a person you are. But it was a door hanger. Like those Do Not Disturb sign, but with Slimer on it.
Well, I was kind of right with my first guess, but also would have never gotten that.
Yeah, exactly. That was the exclusive Ghostbuster
that's pretty terrible.
Item. They're garbage. Why are we paying for this? It's like, with shipping, I think it's around like $16 to $17 a month for just a box of
what
just
they
garbage.
Say that price, it doesn't include shipping, so you have to pay for shipping on top of that?
I think it's, okay, because they're being clever, it's $13.37 for the box itself.
Because that's leet.
Because it's leet.
Yeah.
And then you pay for the shipping, which is like a couple bucks
for you people that are not huge computer nerds in their 20s and 30s.
Yes.
Leet 1337 is just a way of kind of saying they're elite or supreme. So it's leet. Anyway.
Yeah, master race in some kind of capacity. So I'm just gonna read. I have on my phone all of the different loot crates that are available for you to purchase.
I know there's an anime one.
Okay, yeah. So we got the original loot crate.
Yeah.
We got a loot crate DX, which I don't know what that is. Loot crate anime, which is what you just brought up. Loot gaming, loot pets, and loot wear. So they have branched off. Granted, I will give them credit for being a great business model. Let's take advantage of nerds who really like things, and let's just exploit that every month so they forget that we're buying things. That's totally fine. I understand it's just a business, but they just don't give you good things. Why are they buying them?
So to a certain extent, those loot crates sponsor a lot of content that I really enjoy.
Exactly.
That is the only positive thing about them that I think I see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand we live in a consumer-based economy, so
this is true.
If people don't buy things, then the world doesn't really work.
Yes.
But only you know what you like. I'm going to go off a little tangent here. This is why there's a kind of a problem with gift giving.
Okay.
So let's say I really like, I don't know, what's the last thing I bought? A book on smoking meat. And I'll say, hey, I'll spend up to $20 on this book on smoking meat.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say there's like a picture of a shirt that just has a picture of meat on it.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I wouldn't even spend $5 on that.
Yeah.
But let's say my significant other knows that I'm really into the smoking meat and sees that shirt and spends, $20 on it. Well, that's like $15 of lost value in the economy because they don't really know what I'm into. So that's why Amazon gift cards are the absolute best present that you can give a person.
Yes, they are. You have so many possibilities. I'm always down for an Amazon gift card.
And so this is the issue with Loot Crate is it's just, I'm spending, what'd you say was 16 something with
we'll call it $16.
Yeah, $16 a month. So that's, 160 plus 2 more 16s. Fuck it, I'm not going to do that math right now.
Yeah,
a year that you're spending.
Yeah.
On shit that you really don't want. Like, it's kind of tangentially related. There might be a few items you enjoy, but if you would have just bought those individual few items, that's $30-$40 at the most.
But also, you don't know what you're getting, which is a huge thing. I like the randomness. I like a grab bag once in a while. I think that's fun. I think it's exciting. It's a little bit of a gamble. But every single month, I see people complaining about this Loot Crate, and they continue to be subscribers. It's like they don't know how to cancel a subscription because they're idiots. Like, why? Why would you do that? I don't understand. Like, I understand, like knick-knack stuff. It's fun. I have a whole shelf in our dining room that is all of my books and all of my comic books and just like dumb toys and stuff. I totally get that. But at what point do you look at yourself and go, I am making bad decisions? I could be taking this $16 and buying food, alcohol.
I mean, even if you like wasted it on something that gave you pleasure, like let's say I spent the $16 on like freaking World of Warcraft subscription.
Yeah.
Well, that game's not any good anymore. But back in the day,
it was amazing. Yeah. Let's talk about Lich King for a minute.
That was the
Wrath
shit,
Lich
man.
King was the pinnacle of WoW.
Fucking Frost Tank Death Knight main.
Ooh,
loved it. Yeah. That's not even a thing anymore. And for all of the viewers that we have, I've completely just ostracized you because none of you know what I'm talking about.
Karen, I know you really like when he talks video games, and I really appreciate it. So just keep tuning in, buddy. I really appreciate it. But yeah, no, I don't like the subscription. And I feel like Loot Crate is the only kind of subscription service that does it wrong. Because we're doing a podcast right here. The big ones that sponsor podcasts are Loot Crate. Yes.
Which I agree with you. And the reason you actually asked me if we had done this on the podcast before.
Because we bitch about it.
We had this conversation almost already in the car once. Because actually, believe it or not, Kyle are friends and hang out sometimes. But the other ones are Audible, which is actually I enjoy. I have an Audible subscription, and I get a book every month.
This is not a plug. We don't have any.
No, we don't have any.
We don't have any.
And then Casper Mattress is the other one. I don't know shit about that. I don't have a Casper Mattress. No reason.
I barely sleep. So.
Yeah. So Audible is a subscription service that I would stand behind. Loot Crate is not. It's garbage.
Yeah, it really is. I don't like my favorite. Okay, so there's this YouTuber I really like. His name is iDubbbz. And
I know who that is. I've only seen the videos you've done with H3.
Okay, so he does a couple of unboxing videos for like Loot Crate and like Geekbox and stuff like that, and he just like sets them on fire or like throws them off canyons.
So he admits they're garbage. Like,
he knows. He's like at a certain point, he's like, I don't know why they keep sending them to me. I asked them not to, and they keep doing it, and I'm just gonna destroy everything in this box because it's garbage.
Yeah.
And it really is.
It's like McDonald's toy quality, and you get
yes, that's a very good comparison. That's almost perfect. I like it. Good job. I'm very proud of you as a person.
Yay.
I appreciate it immensely. But yeah, like other subscription service get it right though. So like my girlfriend subscribes to Birchbox. I think it's Birchbox, where they send like makeup and stuff like that, but they fine tune it to what her specifications are. Like, if she needs a certain kind of item, they're going to send her things that are in that realm.
So you can say, like, hey, I'm this.
Exactly.
I wanted to use an example and then realize I know nothing about makeup. So
neither do I.
Stopped mid-sentence. Yeah. And then there's ones, they're kind of subscription services, but like the HelloFresh and the Blue Apron, where they send you food. I've never tried one. I don't know if you have.
No, I want to.
I like the idea behind it.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I like cooking. Cooking is something that I've grown in the last year or so to really enjoy
more and more.
But yeah, but they also cater to your needs. So if you don't like an ingredient or you don't like or you're allergic to something, they're gonna change it. Loot Crate don't give no shit about if you like a Batman villain or not. They don't give a shit. Everyone's getting the same goddamn thing. It doesn't matter. They don't care. They're throwing it in their warehouse. And then my favorite is that like 2 years from now they'll like resell that crate, because you can only, for those who don't know, when you buy a crate, you only have a certain amount of time to buy the loot crate. And after that, you can't buy it anymore. Until 2 years later when they go, oh, fuck, no one bought the amount of crates that we need to be on
Profitable.
top of this. Yeah. So we're going to sell it as a special edition crate, which is the same thing from that month.
I've never heard of that before, but that's insane.
That's them. And once again, they're a business. You know, I understand them cutting deals and stuff like that, but to make it seem like it's a super elusive, like only get it again, like it doesn't make it cool. It doesn't make it exciting. I hate loot crate.
I would say I'm like more financially conservative. Than like liberal. Like not every business deserves to exist. Like,
I agree.
There's not a market for everything, and I know that sucks. And that's fair. You have a passion for whatever. And in this case with Loot Crate, I don't think they have a passion for that shit at all.
No,
like,
they don't. They just don't. They don't care. They really don't. They're not.
So we get cheap knickknacks that are a couple cents a piece. We load this box up for, I don't know, $2 on our end.
Yeah.
Ship it out to you for, I guess, the $3 that you then pay for. It's not even included in the cost.
Exactly.
And then what is that, like $10 a profit on every loot box that they sell?
I mean, that's pretty good. From a business standpoint, they're clearly doing it correctly because they have...
And they have that bullshit slogan like it's more than, $30 worth of... Where are you getting these numbers?
I don't know where you... Yeah. Is it just because you paid that much for this bullshit pen that I bought? That's a Dead Rising pen?
Which they didn't, because that's not how... Yeah, you wouldn't sell it for that price if you bought it for that, because that's not how businesses work.
Exactly, but that's how they sell. That's how they twist words for all that kind of stuff. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Loot Crate alone has 6 different kind of boxes that you can get. You can get stuff for your pet. I don't want to get an Iron Man plushie for my dog. Like, who cares? Stop this, guys. That's why I think another problem I'll have in the future is nerd culture entirely, because I hate a lot of that shit.
That might be a fun episode to just both bring in the same thing and talk about it for an hour.
That'd be a 4-hour episode. Oh, God. Do you have anything else to end on?
No, I think that we very sufficiently covered that topic.
Wonderful. So... Full disclosure, my backpack is in my car right now, and that has all of our happy endings in it. So I'm going to go run and get that real quick. I'm just going to edit this out. So.
Actually, I feel like this podcast has gotten long enough. We can maybe skip this episode.
Yeah, it's about 56.
Yeah.
Okay. We won't do a happy ending this evening, so thank you guys so much for... listening. I almost said watching.
Yeah.
For listening to this wonderful podcast. We have such a blast. There is a thing going around right now. It's called Tripod. And it's not like a tripod like I use for my video equipment. It's more like TRY pod. And the movement that they're trying to do right now is to get people that don't necessarily listen to podcasts to start listening to podcasts, because I feel like there is a podcast for everyone in some kind of capacity. This podcast would be considered maybe like an advice podcast. I would assume so.
I guess.
We give great advice to 12-year-olds. But also there's stuff for any one of them, anything from drones to cars to politics, whatever. So if you have a podcast that you really like, you should tell someone about it, including this one. Please tell someone about this podcast. I would sincerely appreciate it. James, do you have anything to plug this evening?
You fucking know I don't.
I know I love that question, so I'm not gonna not ask. For me, I am currently working on a series that we were reviving, called Garage Cookin'. We just shot a small episode yesterday, and I'm very excited. I'm actually not in front of the camera this time, so it's very interesting. It's very weird for me. That should be out within a couple weeks. And then all of my stuff, Mayor Wertz, you can find me on everything. Every Monday I'm releasing a Mayor Wertz Reviews Food. This week I reviewed popsicles because the summer is happening relatively soon. As always, this has been the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Taurian, Asarian, Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics, a subset of biology, because I am an expert, which is known as tautology. My xenocide studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
Have a good night. So... We're recording. Can you give me just talk real quick again? Just make sure.
Yeah, we'll just double check these levels
Cool.
since I did.
All right,
I have
potato,
been moving around.
Potato. Wonderful. Alrighty, got my new setup. This great $7 thing that came with a cool little thing in front. Alrighty. All right. In 3, 2. Hello, folks. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
And I'm James.
How are you doing, good sir?
Man, I am having a really good day. Just feel really productive. Got out
Good.
of work a little early, worked out a little bit, took a shower, cleaned my kitchen. Now I'm making some food for us.
I can dig it. I'm excited for this food. You got some
Yeah.
pork belly and hold on, let me restart real quick.